How's it, everyone? Welcome to Race Space. We are back with the Scorch series. I'm K9, and joining me on commentary is Kenny. How's it going?
Not bad, mate, thank you.
Awesome. So we're here in New Zealand now, so this is the first non-American track of the series. After this, we'll be heading to Australia. This is quite an interesting track. We've done it in a couple of different championships. Always it's trickier than it looks, put it that way.
It's quite difficult. There's no runoff, is there? So if you go off the track, then you're in the grass and
Yeah,
pretty much screwed then.
easy to spin.
Yeah.
I guess especially in the rain now, because we're going to have some rain tonight.
That hairpin can be a bit dodgy as well. At times.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I quite like that, because some of the guys will sometimes run it wide. I find that's an okay overtaking spot if you can hug the inside.
Yeah, I'm normally one of those that runs it wide.
But turn one is quite tricky on this track. I don't know if you remember it from some of the past events we've done, but
Oh yeah.
it's very, very easy to overshoot there, take it too fast, because it gives you like a false sense of confidence. So
I
you just got to
struggled
watch out for that.
on the last corner seemed to be one of the hardest ones for me because it's pretty long and I just seem to understeer. So
Just before the Joker there, or not the Joker, sorry, the pit entrance.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I remember in the last season I always struggled on that corner.
Okay. I mean, it's always, for me, it's also dependent on the car that's used. I think this car probably handles quite well, so the guys wouldn't have too many issues from the car specifically, but I quite enjoy it. To me, the hairpin and that last one is like, if I'm going to make up any time anywhere, it's going to be on those.
Yeah.
But then I struggle with most of the other corners on this track. They just, I can't seem to figure them out. This one, like I said earlier, where Callum just is going around, if you're carrying a lot of speed down that straight, then you can really get a false sense of confidence going through there. You're just a bit late on the brakes and you end up out on the grass and in a spin. So we're only 5 guys tonight, unfortunately. I think Joff, who was racing, he's got COVID, I think.
Yeah.
So he'll be resting, I'm sure. And then some of the other guys just called out for work, unfortunately. You can see Anna Senna there in the silver car. In the background there, the yellow one, that was Ratek, the championship leader. Take a quick look at him.
And this will be Senna's first race in this series on a wheel as well, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think he did his first. I didn't ask him. I don't know if he's like Callum, maybe swaps back to controller. But yeah, I'm sure it will be his first Scorch one. And
He has got a penalty though. Maybe he's been.
yeah, I saw that. Maybe it's also because he'll have to have assigned all his buttons now to the wheel, and then maybe I'm sure on the controller it usually does that automatically for you. That would explain that. It's obviously going to take a bit of a for him. I think a couple of races, and then hopefully.
Yeah, it took me a good
See a
while.
result.
I remember when I first got my wheel, I used it once and I was like, nah, that's not for me. Went back to my pad for about a year.
Well, look at you now.
Yeah, I can't use the pad anymore.
Hard work, just getting used to it, and you can be as fast as Kenny. You can see there, Ratek just ran that hairpin a bit wide. Palm is the first one to set time here. So we've seen in most of the events so far, Palm is always pretty quick on the qualifying lap times. Just had a bit of misfortune in the championship and also missed the race. Yeah. Wonder if it'll turn here for him. I think Ratek, though, he's on a 3-win streak right now. He's won 3 in a row. Quite like what you've just done in the rally fighters.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I almost thought you were only on your 2nd win in a row, and I thought, but hold on, we've done 4 events.
Yeah, I didn't make the finals in the first one, and then I've won the rest of them.
Yeah, so we got a couple of guys on win streaks in the community right now, so let's see if it can be carried on for a 4th one. I don't know if we've ever had a 4-win streak in the rally fighters, and I'm pretty sure we haven't in SCORCH.
I know Dusty's had a 3-win streak before.
Yeah, I think there's been 1 or 2. I think maybe Dusty and then maybe one other person in the past. But, yeah, I think 4 might be a new record, and you hold pretty much all the records, so let's see.
Fingers crossed.
You can see Ratek there, he's taken the top spot there. He's got a 128.4, 128.6 from Palm. See, Palm on this lap can just get it to go a bit quicker.
Not this time.
Yeah, he's just the fastest man right now is the championship leader, Ratek.
Goes even quicker.
28.1, and he said this is a track he didn't even practice for. I don't know if he's lying or not. I don't think so. He's usually pretty honest. But he said, yeah, he said he's sort of feeling comfortable at the moment. Thinks he's got a couple points to play with here or there. But he mustn't get too comfy.
No. Never take it too easy. But he has got a bit of a lead, hasn't he, to be fair, so...
Yeah, he's got a bit of a cushion. That basically his main rival at one point was Whiston, who's missed a couple of races now. And then obviously Palm, but Palm missed the race, and then just with a bit of bad luck, he's a couple points off as well. But I think Mark Quirty is actually the man in 2nd place. And let's take a quick look at him. Currently 4th in this qualifying.
Not too far
They
off.
they seem to have gotten their times down in the last couple of laps. I think they were a bit higher on their first ones, but Callum and Mark Quirty doing a good job there. Obviously the weather is going to change in the race as it goes, so it's going to be interesting to see what that does as well. I think the last time we saw some rain was Road America, I think, and it was raining when we started and then it went dry. And I think this one is the other way around. It's going to be dry to rain.
This one is starting wet and it's going to dry out. Use the opposite way around for the other one.
Oh yeah, sorry. So it's going to be interesting to see the strategies that are used. That could be what Ratek's just figuring out there right now. Same with Palm. I always like to get my strategy sorted sort of in the qualifying, so I don't usually do too many qualifying laps. I prefer to have a good strategy for the race. I feel like that's more important than the qualifying sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is. Depending on the track, I suppose, and the car.
Yeah. Also, there's not too many people in this one, so it's not too much of a hassle starting in 5th. Obviously, if it was 16 and you're starting at the back, then it's a bit more pressure.
Ratex qualifying's over.
Interesting garages there with the gates. It's like
Yeah.
they're not very big.
Not very professional either.
Yeah. But Palm still doesn't look like he's bettered that original time. I wonder if this is a flying lap for him. If he's
I think this is an outlap.
See on the roof of Palm's car as he does a lap. So this, if you can keep it on track, should be an attempt at getting the fastest.
Nice. Oh, we got car spin in front of it.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't come on. Ooh, yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, that's unfortunate for Palm. Into the pits he goes. I don't know if McQuartie's on his flying lap here. Looking pretty decent. Looks like he's struggling to turn it a bit. You can see the wheel full lock. Just doesn't want to turn so well. Also remember he's on a controller for sure. Oh, okay. Obviously didn't think he had it in him to set a better one, or the time ran out, one of the two. Alright, so that is the standings for the start. And there's our weather that we know everyone loves so much. Believe it or not, everyone asks for wet every time. They're like, please, can you only do wet races?
I don't mind rain, to be honest.
I quite enjoy it. It's something refreshing and different. Sometimes it sucks to just race the same weather over and over and over. And I quite like a race that's got like a change in weather too. I find it very like authentic.
Yeah.
So that's a strong front row there with Batek and Palm. Callum there next to McQuartie, and Senna there, obviously struggling a bit with his new wheel, maybe some of his button configuration, taking a penalty in the qualifying.
You only get faster. It's just going to take a bit of time.
Yeah, it's just practice. Trying to learn from those around you. I'm trying to think back. I mean, when I started all this online racing stuff, I kind of started a community at the same time, so I kind of did it at the same time I was learning as the people that I had found. So we sort of all evolved together, the starting guys. But I'm sure sometimes for someone relatively newer coming in, it can be quite intimidating.
Yeah,
Off they go.
we've got some quick guys here, haven't we?
Yeah, we do. I mean, like tonight, sometimes we don't always field the most drivers, but we have a pretty solid sort of, I don't know what you would call it, a foundation of drivers, I guess. I mean, obviously, you're one of those that shows up to pretty much everything. I'm sure if you weren't in commentary, you'd be racing this as well. So,
yeah.
like you, we've got a couple more that always show up for the rallycross. We've got other guys that just couldn't make the night, but I'm sure they would have shown up too. And all of the guys really are pretty solid. I mean, even usually I'd say even our worst driver is better than what you'd find in a public lobby. So usually we got a pretty good lineup of drivers. Also, we've seen it in some of the inter-community races we've been involved in or hosted ourselves, and usually the team we can put forward is always a solid one. I think we tend to win a lot of those when we race them. Usually you're on that team, not me. Do you think that this zigzagging on track, do you find in this game that it actually does anything, or do you think guys just do it for a bit of
I don't do
fun?
it on any game, to be honest with you. I just ride the brakes. The brakes warm the tyres up a bit.
Okay.
I don't think going side to side seems to do anything, so I just don't see the point.
Yeah, I feel maybe like a lot of guys, I know for me, if I do it, it's more just for fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
It makes me feel...
I just don't want to risk spinning it, man, crushing it in the wall.
Yeah, that's the issue. You got to choose the right place to do it.
Yeah.
But they're off. So this is start of the race. Radtech is leading into turn one. He's looking good. Runs it a bit wide, but he's got that slight bit of runoff there that helps him. You just see Senna lost it in the background. But Palm goes for the overtake. He's up the inside into this turn. And he holds the line.
That's the driving.
Still got the inside line, so it looks like he'll take the lead here. And is that Callum looking up the inside there, but he doesn't quite make it. Obviously the guys just did their qualifying in the dry, so swapping to wet now is making it slightly different. Yeah.
Nice and close though between them all.
Yeah, I think the weather probably helped him with that a bit. It's nice to see a good solid line there. It's reminding me a bit of when we did the oval, having them so close.
That'd be nice if they could pull that off again on this track.
Yeah. I think they did that for like 30 laps in oval. Palm ran that one really wide there.
He seems to have got a good exit there.
There might have still been a bit of track where he ran it wide just before some grass. So I think if he'd hit the grass, it might have just messed things up a bit, but he did keep the speed.
Box.
He's ran it wide, same line through there as the first time. But he's maybe not early enough on the brake. Still very close between the front four. They can stay like this. We don't have to do much camera work here tonight.
Palm's gone a bit wide.
Ooh. Now you can see they're struggling with this weather. Let's take a look at all the marshals standing on the track. I don't know if you noticed in Spain, but some of them were headless when it started raining.
Well, he's got his head. The fans have anyway.
We've lost the
stewards
car there
are
in the background.
Marshals.
We've lost, we've lost Marquetti there.
Senna's in the pits.
That's Senna in the pit. Still close from the front three. Callum did say that if you didn't race in a race, he could win, so let's see if he wins tonight. I don't know why he's waited so long, because we haven't raced the whole series.
I'll be loving this, Callum will.
Can you imagine if he wins, how loud he's going to be in the chat?
Oh yes. I know how loud he gets when he gets the podium.
I must say, these liveries, we've said it before, but they're very smart on these cars. Still quite like looking at these Mustangs.
I think Ratex is my favourite one.
It is very nice, and I don't know why, because it's not really like, red's not really my color, but I don't know, maybe it's a pattern as well. It just seems to do all the right things, that car. Kind of balanced out tonight, because none of these guys have their teammates here. You can see all of them, well, Ratek, sorry, he's got his teammate there. Super close still from the leaders. I think Ratek looks like he's found his lines, maybe.
The thing is, it's not really anywhere to overtake, is it? Because how tight it is.
Just sort of got to wait for Palm to make a mistake, really. Palm's looking solid at the moment. You can see Palm's got his windscreen wipers on. Ratek with his windscreen wipers on, so you know who drives cockpit. Callum also. I don't know if Callum drives cockpit though.
He's probably got him on auto like everything else.
Yeah, Marquetti there with Senna not too far behind him. I think Senna might be a lap down though from his pit.
I think he's 2 laps down. Looking at the time, if that's right.
This is a really good race at the front. Makes me jealous. I wish I could be on it.
Same here.
Don't know if I'd be up front though. Might be spinning around in the back. I've done V8 supercars here before, and that didn't go well for me. Lots of spins.
Yeah, they're a handful. I quite like them though.
Talking of V8 supercars, ooh, a little bit of a nudge there. Callum's through as well. The position change there. Palm drops down to third. Ratek, the championship leader, currently leading this race. I think Palm's gonna maybe take a look on Callum soon.
No, he's been doing quite well, to be honest.
Callum.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's doing a solid job there. I think Palm, though, just got a little more pace, maybe. This is right all over the back of him. But what I was about to say, I see V8 Supercars now, they actually use the Mustang in the V8 Supercars. And I think next season they're going to use the... Ooh, there goes Palm. Ah, he did that in... was it Road America where he's... No, it was Indianapolis where he was having all the spins. He's just pushing too hard again, maybe, or maybe his setup. He tends to do well in the first, like, sort of, there goes Callum as well, just runs it wide. So that's Mark with a lot of breathing room now. Where's Palm though? Palm just taking it easy, but I was about to say Palm, he just seems to always get a good first few laps, and I don't know if it's maybe he just adjusts his setup too much, because then it sort of looks like he's struggling a bit later on in the race to control his car.
Yeah, maybe. I tend to try and not change mine at all once I start qualifying.
Yeah.
Just get used to it.
It also seems with Palm he's struggling a bit in the Mercedes we saw last Rally Fighters event. Have you guys been sharing setups and stuff seeing as your teammates?
Yeah, I've sent him my setup, yeah.
Okay. And have you done much to that car or not?
Well, I've got a setup I did a while ago, so I just use that, but I don't change anything on it from that setup anymore. I just use that everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been from when we did the Mercedes one that one season,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Like I only joined for the one race that season, but...
Yeah, I think you won it too.
Yeah. I was just quicker than I was in the Citroen, so I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go.
I think you did Dirtfish, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the one.
He just caught the grass there with his back tyre. Did a good job, I think, to save it from a spin, but just losing a lot of time in the process. The car's all very spread out at the moment. Let's take a quick look at McQuarrie. So it's a pity that his teammate Geoff couldn't be here tonight. They worked well in the last race at Long Beach. I did speak to him at the end. We were wondering about if Geoff was just not pushing at the end there. Sort of allowed McQuarrie to take a higher position in that race than it was due to the fact that McQuarrie is second at the moment in the championship. So they just were trying to get him as many points as possible. So it was nice of Geoff to work as a team there.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, good teamwork. Such a shame about Palm with the races where he spins out, because he definitely got the pace. Just keeping it consistent.
Yeah. It's like 3.5 seconds off his last lap there, so like I said, it's just inconsistency, isn't it?
I think it's because he went off in the grass that last lap. Callum seems to be doing a pretty good job though again after his going off earlier.
Oh, that was close to going off there.
To be honest though, most of these corners I feel like to take them right you're going to be close. It's not a very wide track.
Be even more tricky in the rain.
Yeah.
I think he might be slowly catching right in. I know the last laps were pretty much the same, but I think... Oh no, maybe not. Such time's changing all the time, so you can't tell.
We'll see what Radcliffe gets as his lap time this time. He's about to go into his 10th lap. He's on a 135.2. See what Callum gets. No, Radcliffe going a bit quicker there. Palm though, just behind Callum. Is he catching up to him?
Yep, half a second that lap.
Oh, Callum feeling the pressure. I think he made a mistake there on, I think that's turn 1. So as long as Palm just keeps up his pace, doesn't make a mistake, he runs it a bit wide there, but
he's lucky there.
No problem. Yeah. Callum just also running wide again. I think this rain now getting heavy enough to a point where it's making them
stream
all
going across the track there.
Yeah.
That's right in the braking zone as well.
We've seen on certain tracks some serious puddles can build up and oof.
That's Senna.
Oh, that's unfortunate there. So Palms through into second. But as I was saying about the pools and the puddles, we've seen on the tracks, I think most notably for anyone that's watched or raced in the last couple of years, was probably Hockenheim and those Expos.
Oh yeah, that was worth it.
Once you hit the puddle on that track, you just aquaplane straight off. Like, I think I came second that race, and I don't know how you won, because it was, I think you lapped me like once or twice, and you didn't seem to be affected, but the rest of us were just aquaplaning as soon as we hit the puddles. So Palm on his last lap actually went quicker than Ratek. He's just got some work to do if he's going to catch him. Ratek has some nice breathing room here.
Yeah, he can afford to relax a bit, can't he?
Yeah, I think you just got to wait for the conditions to get a bit better, and he can start pushing again if he wants to. See, they're just running it wide, but he's lucky. Let's see what Palm does on that same corner. He just manages to keep it a bit tighter. And Callum. Callum's still not doing bad, I think. Obviously just a bit unlucky. Lots of spray coming off the car on the straight there. Palm ran it wide there again. So when they get near the line, there's a ton of spray. I wonder if there's more water built up on that section. Take a bit more quality.
I think there's a lot of spray everywhere, isn't there, really?
I think the condition's getting heavy now. You gotta be really, really careful.
It's good how you can see the cars in the background as well.
Yeah.
This track's a nice layout.
Yeah, it's very open. There's no like walls really separating anything, so in a way it could be bad, because if a guy really messes up and he flies through a section, I guess he could hit you on the opposite end of the track. But, someone's... Oh, lots of caravans. I was about to say there's one caravan, but quite a lot of them in the back, or camper vans in the back there. A rat tech with a 135.3, that's pretty good in the rain. Oof, look at the difference between the times of Ratek and Palm. So close.
Pretty much identical, huh?
It's such a pity that Palm spun earlier, because I think they would still be racing with each other right now. Same pace.
Callum will be kicking himself as well.
Yeah.
I think just being behind Palm and Ratek like just increased his pace, and now he's not with him anymore. He seems to be dropping off.
I think it does a mix of increase your pace if you're at the back as much as it probably slows down the front too, because they kind of battle ahead of you. And then just that little bit of speed that they lose compared to what you gain, it always makes third sort of able to stick on the back. Let's take a quick look at Senna there. He's just struggling. Suppose he's getting used to wet weather races on his wheel nice and early.
Yeah, it's not the easiest for one of your first races.
Yeah.
Even in the dry, this is a pretty hard track.
Lucky for him, I think Bathurst, the final one, was dry race the whole way through.
Yeah, but it's Bathurst.
Yeah. Worst part about Bathurst is when you crash near the start and you got to do a whole lap to get back to the pit. Always a mission. Sort of a pity that we got so few drivers in this race. Believe it or not, 11 people are registered for this championship. Oof, you see Callum just make a mistake there. It's rain really getting to everyone now. See, Mark was on a 136 in his previous one, but he's just gone back into the 35s. Arm sticking in those 35s sort of every lap. Look here. The roof of Palm. You can see Ratek there on the left.
To be honest, well, Palm's going wide there as well. I think it's a good idea because on the actual track there's a massive puddle there.
Yeah. Big puddle in that section. Can't really avoid it as it goes across the whole track. Big puddle there too, I didn't see that one. Oh! Saved it. It looked like he was like right on the edge of losing it. I wonder what that is on the left. Like, I don't know if you saw it on the beginning of the straight on the left. I never looked there because obviously when you're racing, you're always looking ahead. But there was like a road on the left. If Callum sees it here. So as they come around this corner, oh, he goes pits. Of course he does.
I don't know why he's pissed.
Just as I wanted to show the. Who's furthest ahead here? Not Bertie, I guess. You can see as he goes pit 2 now, but if you see as they straighten up for the straight, the main straight, it's like a little bit of slip road. There, by where those white barriers, there's like a little slip road there. I wonder what that is. Could turn it into a Joker lap, maybe.
Is there another layout to this track? It
looks like it just goes in there and back out again, like a slip road. Like it doesn't look like it branches out anywhere else on the circuit, just like down the straight. That red tick coming up behind his teammate there.
They're both in the 31st.
Callum came out of the pits behind Mark Bertie. That's Callum right behind Ratek, so he's exited. How many laps down is he? He's 1 lap down and behind Ratek.
Palms up, Palms. Oh no. I thought it was up front.
So I wonder if Palm might have made a mistake. Is he? I'm sure he was closer before.
No, it's just me. Seems to be, the times are the same, but he's actually closing the gap down. So I'm guessing Ratek's made a little mistake at one of the laps. Just missed it.
Let's take a look at Callum here, trying to get past Senna. Ooh, Senna loses it on the inside of the last turn.
He probably went in the puddles instead.
Arms through. Oh, he loses it, trying to save it again. So this race with Ratek and Palm so equal on pace and not that far apart, it's probably going to come down to pit strategy at the end of the day. Who has the best pit stop? Unless one of them goes too fast into the pits and gets disqualified.
No, we don't want that.
I think that's what Palm did in the first round, didn't he? Watkins.
He did in one of them. I'm not sure if it's the first one or the second, but he has done in one of them, yeah. Struggling a bit there.
Must say it will be cool if Ratek can win this championship, because he does well in a lot of the championships, but I can't actually remember, has he actually won any championships? I think he's on track to win his first one.
It's fully deserved as well.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I think he always a good racing attitude, always fair on track, and yeah, obviously one of our more skilled drivers. So really nice if we could take this. Obviously not discounting Palm either, because he obviously, I say, deserves a championship at some point.
This season.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I think I think that Palm on his day probably got more speed out of the two of them, but Ratek just with more consistency overall, just able to make it through these longer races at the same sort of pace. As I say, that commentator's curse, he runs it wide.
What was the case, eh?
Yeah. Commentator's job is to talk about drivers, but whenever you do, then they have a big crash.
It stopped raining. You know the wife.
Sorry, what's that?
It stopped raining.
Oh yeah. Still going to be wet for a few laps though. Until that racing line dries, I'm sure we'll see most of them stay out. So Callum pitted when it was still raining, so he might have to pit again eventually. Ratek coming up on the back of
It depends how long it
Monquetti.
takes for it to dry out, right? I mean, there's some big puddles, so I think it's going to take a while.
Yeah, but where if they're all driving on the same line, I wonder if like a line won't clear for the end of the race. It's dry. They don't have too many more laps, to be honest. And I suppose they're about halfway through. Just over.
18 laps. So still got time. But mind you, you can tell the spray has gone down quite a bit already, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Not even any spray at all.
There's some spray. I think that section, as they came around that corner, wasn't throwing up spray when it was raining heavy either. I think probably a slightly higher point on the track, you probably find the water doesn't collect there. We're on the roof of Monquetti, who's behind Ratek. You can see still wet. We'll see them put right now. Oof, Ratek runs a little bit bad.
Did well control that, really.
Yeah. Just passed through a river crossing there and another river crossing there. Love the sound of these cars.
Yeah, they do sound good then.
Maybe we need to do a Corvette championship next time, because those sound good as well.
That Callum catching Monquetti for possession.
Something's happened to Palm. He's dropped way back. Sorry, what were you saying about Monquetti?
I think him and Callum are going to be racing for position soon.
Oh, they're on the same lap.
Yeah, there's only a couple of seconds behind.
Palm goes pits. Marquardt runs it wide, so that's going to help Callum out. Callum takes third again, but Marquardt's right behind him. I wonder if Palm's going to pit for tyres.
It's a risk. I don't think he's trying off his slicks yet.
Because then, I mean, either he's pitting now because he thinks tyres, or he's pitting because he got damage. But I didn't see much damage on his car. See if he's looking comfortable. It's looking planted.
Ooh.
I think that was just some lag.
Yeah.
Car's looking really planted, whatever he did to it. Doesn't seem to be sliding.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he just repaired some damage.
So still a battle between Callum and Marquardt for third. Marquardt's going to really want to get a good position here if he hopes to... To be honest, if Ratek wins this one, I don't know if anyone can beat him in this championship. He might take it here. I haven't worked out the points.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, to be honest. Callum's
That
on
would
pace there.
Yeah, that would make it his fourth win in a row. Callum just pulling away. He did pit earlier, so if it starts to dry out and they start to need to swap tyres, he's going to have to go back in again. Oh, interesting camera work there. Ooh, Ratek made a mistake. Just saw him coming off the grass.
on the last lap.
As you can see, the conditions are getting better.
Yeah.
He also hasn't pitted yet. Only certain sections are hitting now where it's throwing up spray. Take a look what it looks like. Looks like it's drying up a lot, just puddles.
This still looks pretty well. A good line there.
He goes into the pits now. I wonder if he'll change tyres. I reckon it could dry up soon.
He's got a penalty.
Oof, did he speed into the pits?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Sometimes on these pits they've got like a bit of a long entry. Maybe he didn't realize that that's where the limit started, because they don't all have the limit as you enter. Or maybe he just didn't judge it properly. That's unfortunate for him, so he's got to do a real good job now, because he's going to have a time penalty added at the end.
For how long he's been sitting in the pits as well, I think he's actually changing his tyres.
think he might be. To be honest, I wonder if Palm did it, because I think Palm would have been thinking about that as well. And there's no spray coming up in most sections of the track now. He's still out ahead right there. Just certain pieces of the track has got puddles.
I mean, if he has got a 10-second penalty, then he's just got enough of a gap to Palm to still keep the win.
I think he's gone dry. He looks like he's twitchy in the wet stuff. I don't think there's any way we can see. Let's take a look at all their fuel. So Ratek's carrying 30 litres, 36 on Palm, 44 on Callum. He's got Marquetti right behind him. I wonder if he's made a mistake. Battle for third continues. Marquetti's carrying 31 litres, Senna with 59. So let's see if Callum can get back on the pace again.
Yeah, Palm's smashing it at the minute.
Yeah, down 128. But there was also a Ratek, I think, just came out the pits, didn't he? Or has he done another one already?
I don't know if he's made a mistake though, because he's dropped 5 seconds.
Callum just pulling away again. Let's see what that looks like now for dryness. River there. Basically just looking like some puddles.
Yeah.
Probably start shredding if we were on the wets. We'd probably start shredding tires. So with his penalty, he's just probably, I think, like you said, it's likely going to be at 10 seconds. So he just has to make sure he keeps 10 seconds ahead of Palm.
Yeah,
He's doing at the moment.
He's got to keep it on the track. It should be enough.
Sure, he'll be pretty chuffed with this, especially after not really practicing this track. Everything just working out this season for him. And not only did he take 3 wins in the SCORCH series, he even got a win this season on the Rally Fighters, which was awesome as well. Only person to deny you a win this season.
Well, I'll let him off because I didn't make the finals anyway, so I couldn't have won, so I'll let him have that one.
Probably the first final he ever made in a long time. I'll have to look back at the stats.
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I didn't make one, to be honest, apart from that. Probably like season 3, maybe.
Oh, there's a cone. Wonder where that came from. Callum just putting a back marker between him and McCarthy. So at the moment it's a battle between Callum and McCarthy for third, and it's a battle for Ratek to keep 10 seconds ahead of Palm. I wonder if Palm realizes that he only has to get within 10 seconds.
I think it comes up at the side of his name for the drivers. So I think he will know. I think he'll actually know how much of a penalty he's got as well. Mind you, if you go on the timetables, well, it should tell us as well, to be fair. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Paul must have made another mistake. 27 seconds now.
He might just be trying to push too hard. All that working to Ratek's favour. Ratek just keeping it cool. I think what's happening with Callum and McCarthy is Callum pulls away, makes a slight mistake, McCarthy's on the back of him again, and then he pulls away again. Yeah, Ratek will be going on to lap 30 now. 8 more to go. That's how long he's got to stay 10 seconds at least ahead of Palm to take the win here. I think he can do it. Just needs to keep his head down.
Yeah, just literally needs to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, and he should have it in the bag. Don't really push at all, does he?
Obviously also just got to be careful when he hits those puddles. What do you do when you in a race like this where there's puddles? Do you hit them full speed or do you lift? What's your strategy to get through a puddle?
It depends on the puddle, to be fair. Some of them you can go through flat out, other ones, if you do, you just aquaplane. So I suppose you just got to judge it by the puddle. Like these ones on the curb, I stay away from them. They'll just send you there.
I had bad luck in Hockenheim that time, and then there was one time we did a touring car championship. I think it was Watkins Glen, and there was tons of puddles. It was also a night race, so you couldn't really see them properly. Yeah. And down the one straight, I hit one. I was coming like second or third at the time, I can't remember. And I hit it and just spun out on one of the last laps. It was like, after such a tough race, it sucks when that happens.
Literally the worst time for you to crash as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you say, all that work you've done, ruined, and then there's no way
aquaplaned right off the track. And it was, the worst part was, because it was like a night race, we kind of had to learn where the puddles were.
Yeah.
So I sort of knew where it was, and then as I took the wrong line in, I kind of knew it was going to be bad, but there was nothing to do at that point. I was like, I just realized before that I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But I think I had some pressure being applied to me. It was a bit of a heated battle. I saw there on the sign in the background it said Mike Pero. If I'm not mistaken, I think, like in the game, I think it's known as Ruapuna Park, but I think it could actually be called now Mike Pero Park or something like that. Because I have looked this track up a few times when planning championships, and it's never listed as Ruapuna. I think it is its actual name, but it probably sponsors, when sponsors whatever sponsor stuff, then they want their name on it, I guess. It's like Laguna Seca, who's known as Mazda Raceway and all that. Don't know what it's called these days.
No idea. Palm hasn't given up though. In the 28th.
No, he's still chipping away at it, but just runs it wide. I think that's the problem. I think he's just pushing super hard now. And just not paying off at the moment. See, those barriers got moved on that section of the track. I wonder if it's confusing guys coming around there. Almost looked like he was going to turn right.
That'd be funny.
Callum's still on the back of Ratek, or did Ratek just...
I think he's just lapped him.
Okay. I don't think Callum pitted again, did he? So he'll definitely be on wets.
I would say you can tell from the tyres, but Ratek's kind of look like the wets as well, so I don't know.
Let's take a look if we can see. Hard to see, especially with...
You can normally tell the best going
so
into the
black.
first corner. I've noticed on Mark Curtis anyway, you can tell he's on wets. I nearly lost it there.
Good save. Goes on to lap 34 now, 4 laps left. Palm just seems also now to be struggling a bit here and there. He did pit before Ratek. Marquetti put in now. It's quite tight, that entrance, eh?
It is, yeah.
Not much space on either side there of the tar. You can see it. That turn there to the right on that section looks very inviting without those barriers. You can see it now as Palm comes around, I think. There he goes. There's that inviting turn to the right.
I wonder where that goes.
I think it's just another layout. Because you can do on this track, you can do a outer layout that doesn't have all those twisty bits in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's lost it.
Yeah, it's not what he wanted. It's not looking...
That's game over.
Yeah, unless Ratek makes a big mistake. But he looks on form right now. He's on his 35th lap.
could back it off and like right off now if he wanted to.
Just gonna take a quick look here at the spreadsheet if I can find it to see. I'm pretty convinced if he wins here, he wins the championship. Yeah, I think he takes it, yeah. If he wins this, there's no chance that anyone can catch him. He's currently sitting on 118 points. Marquardt 82 points in second.
He's definitely winning the 90, as long as he doesn't disconnect here.
Yeah. Don't give it the commentator's curse now.
Well, I'll try and make it a bit more interesting, won't I?
Interesting for us, not interesting for Rate. It always sucks on those last few laps to get disconnected. I once did a 3-hour endurance of Le Mans with a few guys, and on the last lap, 2 of us disconnected. I think it was myself and Roy.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed at that.
3 hours
Yeah.
to disconnect on the last lap.
There's 2 laps left for him.
Yeah, I think he's got this in the bag. He just needs to take it home now. That slight runoff from turn 1 is a lifesaver. Is on the roof of Ratek's car. Like we said earlier, it's nice to see like all the track with all the cars on all the sections, but I think even as a driver it's quite helpful to see the cars where they are, because you can kind of think, okay, it's over there.
Oh, you see him everywhere.
Yeah. Pretty small track, this one. I don't know what cars I wouldn't use here. Probably like open wheel. Probably wouldn't be good here.
Probably a bit hard for that. Just a slight bit of contact and your race is ruined in an open wheel.
Yeah. It's open wheel. Obviously, I don't think LMPs would be very good here. But I'd say this kind of car probably like the sort of faster ones you could do here. Maybe like touring cars is nice. Wonder how the Clio Cup would be here. Senna's back in the pits. I think he's doing that manually. Looked like he was going very slow there. I don't think he's got a limiter, because obviously limiter you would go the full speed you can. He looked like he was trying hard, because he's also picked up a penalty, I think, for speeding.
And he got one in qualifying as well, so probably right.
Ratek over the line, wins the race. Great job from Ratek there. P1. Palm there. As long as he doesn't disconnect or crash and lose like a wheel, looks like he's all set for P2. Let's see, is Ratek going to give us some donuts? Yep, there's the donuts. Someone's gone.
Yes,
Did he get disqualified for speeding in the pits maybe? Oh, that sucks right at the end.
I suppose we'll find out in a second.
Ratek just did some victory donuts for us. One crosses the line in second place. Callum will cross in third. Mark Qwerty looks set for fourth. There we go. Yeah, DQ. Oh, that'll be speeding in the pits. You can see he's got the plus 50 penalty. Yeah. Oh, it sucks. To make it all that.
I know, on the last lap.
Probably if he'd just stayed out as well, then he would have finished. Oh. Heartbreaking. But that is the finishing positions right now. Ratek takes the win and also the championship. So, good job from him. Palm, unlucky again I'd say, but did okay to recover there. Took a second place. Callum, I'd say did a great job. I'd probably think of him as possibly driver of the day.
Yeah.
I think he was
and
pretty
he pitted
consistent
twice as well,
throughout.
so...
Yeah. So, yeah, I think good job
from
from
one less
the...
pit stop, he might have even been pushing
Yeah.
for the lead. Even far off, I don't think. Definitely
I think
second.
top three did a good job there. I think the other guys struggled a bit more. I think understandably, obviously Mark Qwerty on his controller, and Senna new with his wheel, just getting used to things. Not the best weather to get used to things, but if you can get used to rain, then you'll be fine in the dry.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, thanks for watching the stream, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you Monday night for some battle circuit. Cheers, everyone.